Time for another episode of Battle Axe, coming to you as always from the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. It is week number 6 of a 7-week regular season, and it all leads up to a double elimination postseason tournament where we will crown a Battle Axe champion. If you're new to the program, before we get the competition started, let's go over the rules of the show. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that's what the rings are worth, and then the bullseye is worth 6 points. The small blue dot on the outermost ring, that's worth 8 points. It's what they call the kill shot. At any point during a match, a player can go for it. If they hit it, they get 8 points. If they miss it, they get nothing, and they can get 2 of them in a match, Bobby.
Absolutely. They can go for the kill shot to try to make up some points if they need to, and as we've seen in tournaments past, Joey, people get aggressive with that kill shot because their back is up against the wall, but if they can survive that gauntlet, they get to take home this beautiful World Axe Throwing League Championship belt down here at the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range. Currently held by Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, but a lot of great competitors so far in this league that want to take this thing home.
Yeah, and if you want to bring home the belt, you've got to have that kill shot in your arsenal. That's why these players have been peppering it into their matches throughout the season. Here's a look at the standings after 5 weeks of competition. Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, the defending champion, unbeaten, 20-0, averaging 56.6 points per game.
Yeah, we've grown accustomed to see Matt throw out some really impressive scores, and he's continuing to do that into week 6 here at the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range. But right behind him is Beth Jen, Eric Shizzle, Bob Yoakum, Zach Hinkle, Michelle Fremelt, Devin Hillary, Ann Welp, Leroy Kedley, and Nicole Robson.
Yeah, you mentioned Devin Hillary. She is 7th in the standings, and we're going to throw it down to an interview with Devin about her outlook for week 6.
Today, my goal, starting today, my goal is to get over 50. I'd like to do that. I got the rib fingers today. I think that is the key. Scores will only go up from here. I started with a 40, so yeah, that's my goal.
This is the time where you really want to get into a rhythm, and that's exactly what Devin Hillary looks to do here today.
Well, when she's looking at the leaderboard, she can see that those top throwers are kind of living around that 50 range, so she definitely wants to elevate her game, continue to elevate her game, and to kind of consistently live in that.
It'll be Nicole Robson taking on Devin Hillary to get the competition started here in week number 6.
Yeah, and so this will be Nicole's 3rd week with her new throw, Joey. As we saw last week, there was some really good improvement. A couple threes to get this match started, not the start both competitors are looking for.
Devin Hillary coming in with a record of 12-8. Nicole Robson, 8-12.
Yeah, after a tremendous start there for Devin Hillary to start the season, she's kind of fallen off a little bit this last couple of weeks with some drop issues, but a really nice throw there on her 2nd throw for a bullseye to take a 2-point lead going into the 3rd throw.
Yeah, you can't throw it much better than that. A flush bullseye for Devin Hillary on throw number 2.
And as we heard last week too, Joey, about in their interview with Eric the Scope Shizzle, he was working on these last few weeks to really kind of hone in his throw, really kind of work out any kinks that he might have in it. Now these players that are new to the league, hopefully they're comfortable enough where they can start making those adjustments as well. Not worried so much about playing the board, but kind of tweaking their throw to get ready for that tournament.
Well, a couple of 4s right there for Hillary and Robson, and that was the perfect example how there's good misses and there's bad misses.
Correct.
That one nearly a 3 for Devin Hillary, but a nice throw for Nicole Robson. She was awfully close to having that one be a 5.
Yeah, not all 4s are the same, but a couple 4s there as well.
So Devin Hillary in control. She will take a 3-point lead into the second half.
Yeah, so Devin doing a nice job of staying in the driver's seat. More than happy to trade points. Looks like that could be a 5 to Nicole's devastating 3.
So a big swing there for Devin Hillary. She picks up a couple more points, extending the lead to 5.
And we always stress so much, Joey, how it's very, very important when your opponent makes a mistake to be able to capitalize on it. So often we see an opponent throw a 3, maybe the other thrower throws a 4, doesn't capitalize on it as much as they possibly could. But Nicole doing a nice job there of getting a point on Devin to make this a 4-point game going into the 8th throw. Plenty of throws.
Yeah, too early here at this point in a 4-point game for Nicole to think about the kill shot, but she'll certainly be thinking about it after this throw.
Well, she will exactly because Devin kind of left the door open there, making this a 3-point game.
I think with it being a 3-point game, the right choice is to just play the board, and that's what she's going to do here.
Yeah, you're going to want to play the board here, see how this plays out, and unfortunately for Nicole, that is a devastating drop. She had a chance to get back in this game, Joey, and now, for her, just going for that kill shot, just for that confidence boost might be a good thing, but...
Yeah, what an awful time for a drop.
Right.
It pretty much puts this one out of reach unless a big mistake from Devin Hillary, but she puts the nails in the coffin. Devin Hillary gets the win over Nicole Robson, 40-33.
Yeah, so we always say, Joey, if you're going to have a drop, you want to kind of have that early on in the match so you can, have a lot more throws to try to make it up. Unfortunately for Nicole, though, she had a devastating drop on her 9th throw when she had done such a nice job to make this a 3-point game going into the 9th throw. But she'll learn from this match. She'll take it on to other matches tonight here, see how it plays out. But she'll fall to 8-13 with a score of 33. And then for Devin, she just did a nice job. She had that bullseye on her 2nd throw. She was doing a really nice job of being in that driver's seat. She capitalized on Nicole's 3 on that 6th throw, and it was able to keep this thing close enough and able to pull away and come out with a victory to improve her record to 13-8.
Let's keep the competition rolling. Our next matchup, Leroy the Lumberjack Kedley taking on Bullseye Bob Yoakum.
Couple good throwers here in this league. Bob coming in at 11-9, Leroy at 7-13.
4-3.
Ooh, and looks like a 3 there for Leroy to get this night started. But last week, Joey, we saw the progression of Leroy, the Lumberjack, as a thrower. We saw him start to kind of live more on that 4, 5, and 6 ring. He put up a nice score of 51.
4-4.
But the tough thing to do is to carry it over week after week.
Kedley fortunate that one was a 4. Bob Yoakum just missing a 5.
Yeah, and then for Bob, what we really saw with him last week is he started to kind of find that bullseye ring a little more consistently, especially more consistently than he had earlier on in the season.
So Bob Yoakum and Leroy Kedley stuck in the vortex right now.
You can see Bob shaking his head, but able to get a point on Leroy. Looks like another 4 and 3 there.
Yeah, Leroy just holding on to that axe a little too long there. And Bob Yoakum now has a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, you could see that in Leroy's last throw. Just holding on to that axe just a little bit too long. There's a great throw there by Bob. And another great throw there by Leroy.
That's the right direction.
A 5 from Bob Yoakum. And Leroy Kedley with the answer, a 5 of his own. So it's a 2-point advantage, 21-19 Bob Yoakum, as we get set to go here in the second half.
Yeah, it looks like Bob's getting locked in.
4-5.
Looks like another 5 there for Bob, and Leroy throws a 4, so Bob inching his way closer to that bullseye.
Yoakum doing a nice job keeping his foot on the gas. He's getting into rhythm, and when Bullseye Bob is in a rhythm, you've got trouble.
Yeah, you better watch out because those bullseyes can add up very quickly. But it looks like that could be a 5 there for Bob and a 5 there for Leroy as well.
So it remains a 3-point lead for Bob Yoakum with 3 throws to go.
Really similar to our first match of the night. Nicole working her way back to try to make this thing a game, and Leroy just has to eliminate the mistakes and stay within a reasonable distance of Bob here.
5-4.
So Leroy Kedley able to get a point closer there. 2-point game now, 2 throws to go.
There's a nice throw that's popping through on the top part of that blade there for Bob, and a nice flush bullseye there for Leroy. Let's see if he can gain a point on old bullseye Bob.
Leroy Kedley with the first bullseye of the match. We'll see if Bob Yoakum has a bullseye as well.
Wow, it looks like he got it as well.
So what a time for a couple of bullseyes from Yoakum and Kedley. 2-point lead for Yoakum heading into the 10th throw.
Yeah, it's just a really high-pressure throw there by Bob Yoakum, and Leroy just has to focus up on that bullseye. Another nice throw there by Yoakum. And it looks like that could be a 5, possibly a 4 for Leroy.
5-6.
A rule of 5.
Bullseye Bob wraps this one up with a bullseye. Back-to-back bullseyes for Yoakum. He gets the win, 47-44.
Yeah, Bob Yoakum will improve his record to 12-9. And as you can really see there, Joey, from that 5th throw on, Bob is living in that 5 and 6 ring. He only had that 1-4 on that 8th throw, but he started to find that bullseye throw towards the end of this match, and that makes him a very dangerous competitor. So a nice score of 47. And then for Leroy, he just did a nice job of fighting in this matchup. He stuck around, just like with Bob. He had a really nice second half, only the 1-4 on his 6th throw, but not as many bullseyes as he would like to kind of live in that 50-51 range that he hit last week. But those are only a couple throws off to really start getting closer and closer to that number.
We are just getting started here in week number 6. Much more Battle Axe still to come. Stay tuned. You're watching MC22. Welcome back to the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, week number 6 here of a 7-week regular season to crown a Battle Axe champion. As always, I'm Joey Dania alongside Bobby Bradford. And Bobby, this is the time of the season where players really want to start elevating their game.
Absolutely, and we're seeing that with our first few matches here in the night, Joey, that players are starting to make those little adjustments that start to hone in and get locked in for that Week 8 double elimination tournament.
Michelle Frummelt ready to go here in week 6. She'll be taking on Bob Yoakum. Yoakum coming off a big win earlier here today over Leroy Kedley.
Yeah, Bob really found his bullseye stroke towards the second half of that matchup with Leroy the Lumberjack. We'll see if he can carry it over here now, but starts off with a 4, as does Michelle. That's not what we want to see. Looks like that could be a 5 there for Michelle, but it could be a devastating 3 there for Bullseye Bob.
That is a 5-3.
Well, a nice start for Michelle Frummelt. She throws a 5, and it's a 3 for Bob Yoakum. He had so much momentum coming into this one after throwing back-to-back bullseyes in his win over Leroy Kedley to end the match. He's got to stay consistent if he wants to make a run.
Yeah, that's a nice throw there to get back on track there for Bullseye Bob. And again, we see with Michelle's throw there, although that's a 4, that was kind of a wobbly axe there, Joey. So we don't like wobbly axes here back at the Thunderdome. Another nice flush bullseye there for Bullseye Bob, and another wobbly 4.
Yeah, that one about as wobbly as it gets, but it's stuck. So Michelle Frummelt sticking within 2 points of Bob Yoakum, who's heating up.
Yeah, Bob's starting to heat up here. And for Michelle, it's a little more flush into the board there. But she's had a couple of those nervous throws where she wants Matt the Magic Man to make that call real quick before it starts to slip out of that wood.
So Michelle Frummelt and Bob Yoakum switch sides. We are underway in the second half. Nice throw there from Frummelt.
Throw number 7.
But she just missed the 5. So Yoakum happy to trade points at this point with Frummelt. He maintains that 2-point advantage with 4 throws to go.
Yeah, we've seen Michelle in battles before. Looks like that could be a 5 there for Bob Yoakum. And it is ruled that, so Bob able to get a point on Michelle going into the 8th throw.
Bob Yoakum looking for back-to-back wins to get week number 6 started.
Oh, and you can see the disappointment there, Michelle. She knows she left the door wide open here for Bob Yoakum to start to run away with this thing, really hoping that somehow that's a 4.
4.
2. Bob's was ruled a 4, but Michelle had a devastating 2. She's going to get a closer look. She was hoping there was going to be a 3. Depending on the angle, maybe a 4.
4 and a 2.
But unfortunately for her, that's a devastating 2. But she just has to put up some positive points on the board, and Axe getting away from her again right there. Just to have some kind of positive momentum to go into the next match for the rest of the night.
Down by 6 here. I'd love to see Frummelt go for a kill shot. Doesn't look like she's going to, though.
Yeah, I agree with you, though, too, Joey. Just for that confidence booster, but a bullseye will get the job done, too, as far as gaining some confidence to go into your next matchup.
So Michelle Frummelt ends this one with a bullseye, but it's
looks like Bob's going to contest.
Bullseye Bob getting the win, and he's going to see if this one is a 5 instead of a 4.
Well, we know with the tournament coming around, the seeding is determined by overall points, so this could be a very important point for Bob, who is jockeying for position. But the call is confirmed. It is a 4. He'll still come out the victor, though, 44-40.
So Bob Yoakum with back-to-back wins. He got stuck in the vortex there, but he's playing pretty consistently here in Week 6.
Yeah, another couple bullseyes there for Bullseye Bob Yoakum on his third and fourth throw. A little more inconsistent of a second half than he had in his first matchup, but still comes out the victor to improve his record to 13-9. And then for Michelle, she just had that devastating 2 on her 8th throw. She did have a nice throw on her 10th throw with that bullseye to gain some confidence going into the next matchup, but a little too many 4s on her scorecard. She started moving into that 5 and 6 ring and definitely wants to try to find that more consistently.
Well, the nice thing about Battle Axe is if you come up short, you don't have to wait too long typically to try and shake off the rust. And Welp going up against Michelle Frummelt.
So we'll see if she can carry over some momentum from that 10th throw into this matchup with Ann Welp, who's just getting her night started at 8 and 12.
4-4.
Looks like a couple 4s there by both competitors.
Guess what? We're tied.
But with Ann so far this season, Joey, she's done a really nice job of eliminating those drops from her game. Now she has to start making that progression to living in that 4 ring to start moving into that 5 and 6.
4-4.
Sometimes there's just a little too many 3s on her card.
Another wobbly 4 from Michelle Frummelt.
Move them up.
She's really living on the edge.
She is living on the edge, and fortunately for her, though, she's only had a couple weeks where those drops were actually an issue. So I don't want to jinx her at all, but you'd like when that axe hits the wood a little more flush than that. Devastating 3 there by Ann Welp.
So it gives Michelle Frummelt a 1-point lead after 3 throws.
Yeah, for Ann, you got to hang your hat on that. That 3 was only put you down by 1, so still very much in this game. It looks like a 3 there for Michelle, and a really nice throw there by Ann Welp. At least a 5, could be a 6, Joey.
Yes, it
Matt the
did.
Magic Man going to get a
3-6.
closer look, and it's a bullseye for Ann Welp. She's pumped up about it.
Absolutely. That's
All
a
right,
great
this
turn
is
of
throw
events
number
there for
5.
Ann
He's
Welp.
up by
Able
2.
to take a 2-point lead on Michelle going into the 5th throw. Just a great response. And there's another wobbly axe there by Michelle.
And another good throw from Ann Welp. We'll see if that's a 5.
What is the old Molly Hatchet song? Is it
4,
Flirting with
5.
Disaster? I think that's what Michelle's borderline doing here right now.
All right, at the turn.
So
he's
Ann
up by
Welp
3.
will take a 3-point advantage into the second half of this one.
Yeah, so Ann doing a nice job of living in that 5 and 6 ring in the
4,
last
3.
couple throws. There's a 4, but very close to that 5.
So Ann Welp picking up another point. She's now up by 4 with 4 throws to go.
Oh my gosh, that is, whew. That's a very difficult thing to do there, Joey, to get that axe to stick in the wood like that.
Michelle Frummelt, lucky that that one stuck in for a 4. And she's able to pick up a point on Ann Welp with that one. Welp throws a 3,
this is
so
throw number
Frummelt now within 3.
Ah. Well, she had been dancing around it for the last 2 matchups, Joey. And she got away with some miracle throws there, but that, unfortunately for her, that last throw
number 9.
dropped. And it looks like Ann wants a second look here.
All right.
Ruled 3.
What it's for.
But again, we know points are very important here come this time of the season, Joey.
Second here.
So if there's any way that's popping through on the bottom side of that blade there for a 4, Ann wants Matt to get a closer look at that.
Yes, it is.
But confirmed to be a 3. But still with that drop, Ann able to increase her lead 32-26.
This is throw number 9.
No kill shot attempt here for Frummelt or Welp. Nice throw there from Ann Welp. And another devastating drop for Michelle
Try,
Frummelt.
Michelle.
Yeah, one of the things with Michelle's game right now,
And we do not speak.
she's had the 2 consecutive drops. She's had a wobbly axe pretty much all this matchup, Joey.
All right, this is throw
I'd
number
avoid
10.
the kill shot. I would just work on that, getting a nice flush throw, having that blade hit the wood properly, and there it
There's
is.
a good one.
That's a way to recover, Michelle.
So a nice way for Michelle Frummelt to finish this one.
3-5.
But it is Ann Welp, the
recovery.
victor.
And it looks like Michelle's going to get a closer look. It ruled a 5, Joey.
Okay.
So again,
All right.
calling Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw over to see if that's going to be a 6.
You are. Yes, 6.
If there's a little red on both
6.
sides of the blade, it's a bullseye, and indeed it is. So what a nice way for Frummelt to wrap this one up after a couple of drops. And Welp gets the win 40-32.
Yeah, even with those couple of drops, Joey, Michelle only lost this match by 8 points. So those are devastating drops on her 8th and 9th throw. That we saw it all throughout her match, Joey. That was a really wobbly axe hitting the board. Lucky that it stuck in there. She could have easily had 3 drops in this matchup. But for her, Only the 1-6 on her 10th throw. No fives, too many fours, too many threes, and too many drops. So not the game that we've grown accustomed to seeing out of Michelle, but we know she has better scores in her future.
We'll be right back with more Battle Axe here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe, coming to you as always from the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque. I'm Joey Daniel alongside Bobby Bradford. It's been a great start to week number 6 as these players look to sharpen up their skills before the double elimination postseason tournament right around the corner after the 7 weeks of competition is complete. We're ready to go here with our next matchup in week number 6. Eric the Scope Shizzle taking on Ann Welp.
So Ann coming in at 9-12. Eric at 13-7. This is Eric's first matchup of the night, and with a nice win over Michelle Fremmelt in our previous match, and a really nice start there by Ann. And of course, Eric, ever patient, meticulous, and it looks like that's a 4.
Nice, and 4-6.
Well, what a start for Ann Welp. A bullseye to take a 2-point lead over the former champion, Eric the Scope.
Yeah, so you love to see this kind of progression out of a thrower, Joey. You know, if they found something in their throw that they can consistently replicate throw after throw, week after week, and it looks like so far Ann's figured something out with her throw. It looks like another 4 there for the Scope.
4-5.
So Ann Welp extending her lead to 3 points over Eric the Scope.
All right, throw number 3.
When you're going up against a player with the abilities of Eric the Scope, every point is big,
Right.
and this is a big start for Ann Welp.
It is, and she's going to hope that that's popping through in the bottom part of that blade for a 4, not a 3. And Eric looks like he hit the bullseye there on the top part of that blade. As to your point, Joey, you need all the points you can get, and it can turn very quickly. So after one throw, we're all tied up, going in the 4th throw. But yeah, it's all about keeping that pedal to the metal. You know, when you're in the driver's seat, you want to remain in it. You want to keep putting positive points on the board. And those 4s are not that far off from being a 5. So if I were Ann, I'd still have confidence in my throw, knowing that I'm doing something right.
Eric the Scope takes his first lead of the match after throwing a 5. He's up 19-18.
Yep, and then for Ann, she's just got to focus up on that board. She cannot worry about what Eric's doing. Another nice throw there. 4, but again, very close to being a 5 on the top part of that blade. And then it looks like a 4 there for Eric as well.
All right, at the turn. Eric is up by 1, 23-22.
So Eric the Scope taking a 1-point lead into the second half.
Another looks like a 4 there. Could be a 5 if it's popping through on the left-hand side. And Eric with another, looks like a carbon copy bullseye. Popping through on the right-hand side.
4-6.
So Shizzle extends the lead to 3, 29-26. 4 throws to go.
Yeah, but Ann Welp is hanging around. It is only a 3-point lead with 4 throws to go. And as we've seen, Eric's been prone to throw more 4s in this matchup than we've seen in matches past. Looks like that could be a 5 if it's popping through in the top part of the blade there for Ann Welp.
4-6.
And a flush bullseye. And
Oh,
a chance
Eric-
for We Dare Not Speak.
Yeah, we're not going to say a word about that, but you figured it wouldn't be long before Eric the Scope would get hot. Back-to-back bullseyes.
Well, and we talk about it all the time too, Joey. It's the importance of capitalizing on your opponent's mistakes. So Ann has thrown a couple 4s that are very close to being a 5, and Eric has capitalized on those very nicely with a couple bullseyes, and it looks like he's off the mark there.
Looks like he just missed the unicorn. We'll see, though. Matt the Magic Man getting a closer look.
So close. 6-5.
Oh, and so Ann with a nice bullseye there.
So Ann Welp getting a point back. She's within 4. 2 throws to go.
All right, this
This would be a great time to go for the kill shot.
It would be for Ann, yes, absolutely. Down by 4.
You're at 40.
And it looks like Eric is calling the kill shot. Ann electing to play the board, it looks like. This is a high-pressure throw here for Eric. Maybe he's just trying to get those some practice in on those high-pressure kill shots. Oh, and he is off the mark. So
Well, just like that, Ann Welp turns a 4-point deficit into a 2-point lead, and the scope is going for the kill shot once again.
Yeah, and Ann has a chance at what we dare not speak, Joey. So it looks like a 4 there. So if Eric does hit this kill shot, he will be the victor. Ooh, it's so close. Matt's going to have to get a closer look. Eric shaking his head.
The top of that blade might be into the blue.
Oh, and it's ruled a miss.
Just missed it. Very aggressive from Eric the Scope, and Welp taking advantage. She gets the win, 46-40.
Yeah, you can see Eric getting a really close look at that, the indent that the blade made by that kill shot. Elects not to contest it and takes the 0 and takes the loss to fall to 13-8. But hey, this is really a story about Ann Welp here, because although she had those 4 consecutive 4s on her 4th through 7th throw, we saw, Joey, that those were very close to being 5s, and if even a couple of those turn out to be a 5, the shape of this match, maybe Eric doesn't go for those kill shots. Maybe he elects to play the board and see how it plays out. But for her, she improves her record to 10-12 and a nice score of 46. And if she can get hot at this time, Joey, she can be a dangerous competitor in the tournament.
And speaking of that tournament, there's a lot of new throwers in the league this year, and what's been really fun is to watch the improvement they've made throughout the season. Here's the defending champion, Matt Bradshaw, on the improvement of the new throwers in this league.
This is a good bunch of people. I mean, you've got some folks that are brand new that have come in and had a hard time in week 1, but have steadily gotten better from week to week, which is fantastic to see them progress from one throw to the next, one game to the next, 1 week to the next. And it's just been fantastic. We got a couple of people, Beth, for example, she's been very consistent and she's getting a lot better. I mean, she's going to throw some of these people for a loop. So, and you've got folks like Nicole that came in. She was a prior league member, quit for a while, came back, didn't like the throw she had, so she reinvented her throw in a couple of weeks. So now she's got a brand new throw that she owns, which is fantastic to be able to do that mid-league. To change your throw completely has just been fantastic to watch. And watching everybody else dial in their throws, eliminating the 3s, consistently hitting 4s, and eliminating those 4s to 5s, it's just been fantastic to watch. And I'm really proud of this group.
And it should make for a very exciting postseason, Bobby.
Oh, absolutely. As to Matt's point, everyone's making that positive progression to really put up some serious points, and we know what that can lead to in the double elimination tournament.
Leroy the Lumberjack with a tall task. He's taking on Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw.
Well, Leroy's one of the competitors that's made some great strides in his game. Throws just feel different going up against the Magic Man. Looks like a 4 there for Leroy. And a nice flush bullseye there for the Magic Man.
Well, no surprise. The defending champion starting this one with a bullseye. Bradshaw 20-0 on the season. Kedley coming in at 7-14.
Yeah, but to Matt's point in his interview, it's a nice throw there by Leroy, but all these are learning experiences, so playing in the back room, practicing with the Magic Man to improve your throw. It's a little different than going up against him in a competitive matchup here, and players really have to elevate their game.
And I love the camaraderie and the sportsmanship there. Bradshaw throws a bullseye, then Kedley does, and they high-five each other.
Absolutely, and you can see right there Leroy with a nice 5, and Bradshaw with our first unicorn of the night to get his night started as well. But just a 3-point game going into the 4th throw. Leroy's doing his best to hang around and put up some positive points.
Yeah, this is the perfect example of why you've got to be nearly perfect when you're playing the Magic Man. Kedley is playing well, but the Magic Man is incredible right now.
Yeah, we know this is the time of year where Matt really starts to step up his game. He's the current holder of the championship belt, and we all know he'd like to keep a hold of that thing there, Joey.
4 straight bullseyes, a perfect start for the Magic Man.
Yeah, just a great competitor. Nice throw there by Leroy. Looks like that could be a bullseye popping through on the bottom part of the blade, and another bullseye. Matt feels it and ruled a couple 6s there.
Well, 5 straight bullseyes to start this one for Bradshaw. He's up by 4. A great first half for Kedley as well. Sometimes the Magic Man just has a way of bringing out the best of all of the competition.
Exactly. Like we said earlier, Joey, players they know they have to step up their game. And it's a really great litmus test to see where you stand within the league to go up against the Magic Man. And again, Leroy with a 4 there, but that was very close to being a 5. Down by 6. He's just got to keep focusing up on that board, living in that 5 and 6 ring.
And with Bradshaw being the defending champion, there's really nothing to lose and everything to gain when you get the opportunity to play him. So in a way, it really takes all of the pressure off.
Exactly. You can really just kind of focus on your throw. And Matt off the mark slightly with a 5 there.
Throw number 8, Matt's up by 7.
But again, Leroy's doing a really nice job of getting closer and closer to that 5 and 6 ring. Those 4s are not missing by much. Another looks like a 4, possibly a 5 if it's popping through in the bottom part of that blade. And another close bullseye there from Matt that could be popping through on the right-hand side. So Leroy with the 4 there, kind of getting stuck in the vortex. We know that doesn't win championships, and that definitely doesn't beat the Magic Man. We'll see if he's getting aggressive and goes for a kill shot.
Would not be surprised to see that with the postseason right around the corner. But right now, the Magic Man is just going to play the board.
Hold.
Yeah, with Leroy's throw right there, I think he's going to kind of elect to play the board here as well.
6.
He's doing a really nice job of kind of living close to that 5 and 6 ring. But ruled a 4 there.
Throw number 10.
And so he will take a 42-53 deficit into the 10th throw. Will he elect to go for the kill shot? Possibly, Joey. Maybe just play the board.
Looks like both Kedley and Bradshaw are just going to play the board here on the final throw.
Nice 5 there. Some positive throw to go into the next match, Joey.
And the Magic Man
was the final score.
with another bullseye, his 9th of the match. He was nearly perfect, a round of 59 to get another win over Leroy Kedley.
Yeah, if anyone's in championship form, it is Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. As you can see there, only the 1-5 on his 7th throw. Everything else was pretty flush bullseyes throughout. So a really impressive score of 59 to improve his record to 21-0. But this was about Leroy Kedley because he really was sticking with the Magic Man for a bit and really elevated his game. Unfortunately for him, he got stuck in that vortex from that 6th to 9th throw. Ended nicely with that 5 on the 10th throw. But those 4s in the vortex, Joey, were very close to being a 5. So he's done a really nice job of elevating his game. And I bet he's looking forward to the tournament.
Yeah, and if you're Leroy Kedley or anyone in this league, you just have to tip your cap to greatness. Here's Leroy Kedley on what it was like getting to go up against the Magic Man.
It's amazing. It's like I just stand there or sit down and watch them, and it's very majestic. It's magical. I don't know why they call him Magic Man. I guess I don't know. It's just he just his form. He takes his time, and I don't know. He's just really good, and it's just I guess it blows my mind just how consistent he is. It's like he'll the kill shot, the bullseye. I mean, whatever. He just he goes wants to do a kill shot, he makes it. It's like, I mean, I guess that's everybody's goal to be as good as the Magic Man. But no, he's awesome player, and yeah, I'm learning a lot from him this year, or this season, I guess.
Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw, simply the best. We've got much more Battle Axe still to come. We'll bring it to you straight ahead. Stay tuned to MC22. Welcome back to the Bustin' Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque for Week 6 of Battle Axe. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. It's been a great start to week number 6, and we've still got a couple more matches to go, Bobby.
Yeah, we've got some great matches in store, Joey, and I'm looking forward to this next one.
Yeah, we've saved one of the best for last. It's two former champions, Matt Bradshaw and Eric the Scope Shizzle, going head-to-head. And the best part about this matchup is we get some spicy dice.
Yes, now as is tradition here between Matt and Eric, where they are doing the spicy dice to get the night started. So it looks like they're going to be going for the kill shot on the 4th and the 6th throw. But it's definitely been an element of the game that they've added that's really made their competition that much more fun.
Yeah, they roll the die before the match, and whatever they roll, that's when they go for the kill shot.
5.
And as we've seen with the last matchups, Joey, like they've been going for the kill shots early in the match, which really kind of changed the complexity of the matchup between these two. Really can put some pressure on their opponent early on.
Eric the Scope couldn't have asked for a better start. He's got the early lead, 6-5.
Yeah, we saw Matt nearly perfect in his matchup against Leroy Kedley, and it looks like he's found his bullseye stroke again. So a 4 there for Eric. He falls 10-11 right now, with that kill shot coming up on the 4th throw. But again, both these competitors, very patient, very meticulous, lining up their shot. Another nice bullseye there. And Eric is off the mark. Could be a 5 if it's popping through in the top part of that blade.
This is a very important ruling here for Eric the Scope. Every point crucial when you're going up against the Magic Man. He gets the 5 to make it a 2-point lead for Bradshaw.
Just getting confirmation that it was a 5. He was off the bullseye there, so
Gotta go going up.
going up for the kill shot. Huge throw here for Eric. Down by 2.
Oh, good job.
He can really change the momentum of this match. We have not seen Matt take a kill shot attempt yet. We saw Eric take 2 in his match versus Ann Welp. So we'll see how that carries over into this matchup.
Yeah, and he just missed that last kill shot attempt.
He did.
That would have given him the win. It looks like Bradshaw missed that one.
Looks like he might have hit it. It looks like Eric definitely hit it on the left-hand side. I think Matt did hit it on the bottom part of that blade and ruled a kill shot hit.
Well, I should never underestimate Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. He did get the kill shot, and it's 25-23 now, Bradshaw.
Yeah, when you get up there and you look at the action cam there, you can see it was popping through on that lower part of the blade. No ground gain, no ground lost. Looks like that's a bullseye there for Matt the Magic Man. And in lockstep, there's a bullseye there from the scope as well.
Well, this is just what you would expect from a couple of former champions with the postseason right around the corner. These two are red hot.
Oh, so it looks, I think that was initially ruled a 5 there for Matt the Magic Man. And so he gets a closer look at it, does not elect to challenge it. So very close to being a bullseye, looked like from the action cam.
6.
And it's time for another kill shot attempt in a 1-point matchup with Bradshaw in the lead.
Yeah, so another huge high-pressure throw. Again, really changing the complexity of this matchup. Both players hitting their last attempt, and it looks like Matt could be hitting it on the left-hand side of the blade there. Erica looks like with another flush kill shot, and Matt misses the kill shot.
He just missed it,
Wow.
and that gives Eric the Scope a commanding 7-point lead.
Yeah, now it's on Eric to maintain that lead. He knows he cannot have any 4s or very few 4s in this matchup. It's not out of the realm of possibility for Matt to make a comeback here when we know he can live in that bullseye ring. So
6-4.
Oh, that's the last thing that the Scope needed. Bobby, you were talking about it, and just like that, Bradshaw picks up a couple of points. The Scope just needs to live in that 5 and 6 ring, and he'll be in position to get out of here with a big win over the Magic Man.
yeah, even if he can stay in that 5 ring, Joey, and Matt keeps peppering in those bullseyes, he'll still put himself in good position here to come out with the victory, because rarely do we see, someone up by 7 versus Matt the Magic Man.
Yeah, as long as the Scope can throw 5s, he'll get out of here with the win.
Gosh,
That one's awfully close.
yeah, he's dancing around. It could be popping through on the top part of that blade. Looks like it's hanging out on that 4 ring, though. You can just feel the tension in the air. So ruled a 5 there. That's probably to Eric's favor. There's ruled a 5 there for Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw. Matt getting a closer look. Just like his kill shot throw. That's very close to being popping through on the left-hand side.
Yeah, Battle Axe really a game of centimeters. He's so close, and he could really use a bullseye, but he's off the mark. So it's a 4-point lead for Eric the Scope with 2 throws to go.
Yeah,
You can tell Bradshaw wants to know the score. He really wants to stay unbeaten.
well, he needs Eric to throw a couple 4s here. Eric again very close. It could be a 5 if it's popping through in the bottom part of the blade. Matt doing his job, hitting the bullseye nice and flush. But ruled a 5 for the Scope. So now he needs Eric to make an even bigger mistake.
Hard there, brother.
But we know Eric, just like Matt the Magic Man, doesn't make a lot of mistakes in his game. Be hard pressed if he throws a 3, but this is a very high pressure throw. So
Matt Bradshaw's perfect season on the line. He does his part,
and it
and
looks
so
like
does Eric the Scope.
there it is.
What a matchup between a couple of titans in this league. It's Eric the Scope Shizzle handing Matt Bradshaw his first loss of the season, 55-53. That spicy dice makes things awfully spicy.
It does, and it really did change the complexity of this game. All of a sudden, on that 6th throw, Eric hit the kill shot. Matt was so close to hitting the kill shot as well. But fortunately for Eric the Scope, he was able to take a 7-point lead going into that 7th throw. And he was able to survive those couple 4s that he threw on the 7th and 8th throw, and then really kind of locked up and found that 5 ring on that 9th and 10th throw. But you could tell Matt was hunting for that victory. You know, it was well within grasp, even after missing that kill shot on the 6th throw. But kudos to him. You know, he's a fighter. He falls to 21-1. His perfect season is done. But I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to see this matchup again come tournament time.
Well, Nicole Robson has been tweaking her throw throughout the season. She's in her 3rd week of a new throw, and here she is on her progression as a thrower.
I came in more to work on a new throw. So at the beginning of the season, I was throwing a throw that I did almost a year ago, and I hadn't really thrown in a year. And so I started out the season throwing that throw, realizing it was something that I had picked up from somebody else, and I didn't want to keep doing that. And so trying to find my own throw now, and I think it's getting there. When I don't have everybody watching, I do really good. So maybe everybody should just close their eyes while I'm throwing.
Close your eyes, Bobby.
Well, we've seen some good matches out of Nicole with her new throw, so I don't think we need to close our eyes here for this next matchup.
Yeah, but it always is a little harder to throw when the bright lights of Battle Axe come on. Bob Yoakum will be taking on Nicole Robson in our final matchup here of week number 6.
Good luck.
Yeah, Bob coming in at 13-9, Nicole at 8-13. 4 there for Bob to get started, and a 3 there for Nicole.
Both of these players with a lot of potential. Consistency will be the name of the game.
Absolutely. We saw Bob really get kind of locked in on some throws in his last couple matchups. It looks like a better throw there by Nicole.
Close.
Could be a bullseye if it's popping through on the lower part of that blade. But definitely a 4 there for Bob.
5-4.
And a 5 there for Nicole. So able to tie this thing up, but can't gain a point.
All tied. Throw number 3.
But yeah, for both these competitors too, Joey, they've eliminated, for the most part, the drops in their game. Now they're in that progression to move towards that 5 and 6 ring. Nice throw there by Nicole. Looks like a bullseye, and a 5 there for Bob Yoakum.
I don't know how we haven't talked about Bradshaw's pants yet, but they're incredible. It looks like those are custom Magic Man pants.
Those are custom meta Magic Man pants. Exactly, Joey. Bob shaking his head after that 4. But no ground gain, no ground lost.
Nicole Robson clinging to a 1-point lead over Bob Yoakum.
You know, these two competitors very evenly matched. Looks like a 4 there for Bob.
4-4.
And another 4 there for Nicole.
All right, at the
Close to being a
turn,
5, though.
22-21. Nicole's
See
up by
Nicole kind
1.
of shaking out the bad vibes. Wants to find that bullseye that she had on her 3rd throw.
Robson and Yoakum switch sides, and we are underway in the second half. That axe getting away from Bob Yoakum. He held on to it too long, and Nicole Robson takes full advantage with a bullseye.
All right, this is throw number
Yeah, tremendous
7.
job by Nicole to capitalize on Bob's 2. As we saw there from Bob's throw, just held on to it a little bit long. Tried to overcompensate with an early release there, and Nicole almost with the same exact throw that Bob just had with a
That
2.
At least you didn't hit the 3, and then you end up throwing a 3. All right, here we are.
But
The
a-
difference, Bob
Nicole
Yoakum
by 4.
throwing a 3, so not a lot of damage done for Nicole Robson. She's still up by 4.
There's a nice response by Bob. Looks like he found a bullseye stroke there. And Nicole,
All right,
with a
so for number
4,
9,
still has a
Nicole by 2.
2-point lead going into the 9th throw. But yeah, we know once Bob starts finding that bullseye, he gets really dangerous. So we'll see if he can carry it over.
Hold, please.
Possibly a 5, but a nice throw there by Nicole. Matt's going to need a close look. This is a big ruling here. Looks like it could be popping through in the top part of that blade there, Joey.
4, 6.
A crucial ruling, and it doesn't go the
Wow.
way of Bob Yoakum.
All right, this is throw number 10. Nicole
And
is
it
up
gives
by 4,
Nicole Robson a
40-36.
4-point advantage heading into the final throw. I would love to see Bob Yoakum go for a kill shot here.
Right. I mean, we know that he's
Number
made that
6-4.
progression. He's starting to live in that 4, 5, and 6 ring. He's going to play the board with a nice bullseye. But
Nicole
yeah, to your
takes that
point,
one,
Joey,
44,
he's in that
42.
perfect position to go for a kill shot. Nicole hit a 4. This thing would have been tied. They would have been going to sudden death. But maybe he's just saving him for the postseason.
Instead, it's Nicole Robson getting the win, 44-42.
Yeah, so Bob falls to 13 and 10. He did start finding that bullseye stroke towards the end of this match, but unfortunately for him, he was not aggressive in going for that kill shot on the 10th throw to send this thing into sudden death overtime. But too many 4s, that devastating 2 on that 6th throw really kind of set the tone for the rest of this match. And then for Nicole, hey, she has 3 bullseyes there on her scorecard. She had that devastating 2 on the 7th throw, but had a nice response on her 9th throw with that bullseye to really kind of put this thing away, prove her record to 9 and 13. Nice score, 44.
Well, that's going to do it for competition here in week number 6. Just one more week until we get the double elimination postseason started. Time now for our post-game wrap-up. After 6 weeks of competition, Matt Bradshaw unbeaten no more. He suffered his first defeat of the season against Eric the Scope Shizzle. He's averaging 56.5 points per game.
Yeah, Matt falls to 23 and 1, and right behind him is Beth Jen at 20 and 4, Eric Shizzle, Bob Yoakum, Michelle Fremmelt, Zach Hinkle, Ann Welp, Devin Hillary, Leroy Kedley, and Nicole Robson round out the top 10. Looks like a good group of competitors there, Joey.
Yeah, can't wait to see how the postseason plays out. Thanks for watching. For Bobby the Blade and the entire MC22 crew, I'm Joey Danya. We'll see you next time here on Battle Axe.